包呀没法卖了。
Double 11 is not really a shopping festival. It's more like a goods return festival, selling 100 items and 80 of them come back. This stuff just can't be sold anymore. What's the point of doing e-commerce like this?
In late October, online shoppers were unusually calm. 63% of netizens on Weibo questioned the value and necessity of the November 11th Double 11 shopping holiday. Baidu's index shows that since 2017, the search volume for Double 11 has been continuously declining, with this year's figure down 60% compared to last year, almost zeroing out compared to the peak years. Taobao and Tmall launched over 80 million products this time, promising price matching and assuring a minimum 15% price reduction on single items. The multitude of discounts left consumers unable to calculate the actual savings, some even resorting to asking their schoolchildren for help. You're good at math. Help mom figure this out. Which is cheaper, 25% off or buy one, get the second half price?
They're the same.
Is 50% off the same as buy one, get one free?
Yep, it's the same thing.
What about half price for the second item and third item free? What discount is that?
That's 50% off. But buy two, get one free is a 33% discount.
Triple top up, the fourth is free. What discount is that?
That's 25% off.
3 people dine, 1 eats for free. What discount is that?
That's a 33% discount.
Coupons have gotten so complicated that many consumers are losing their enthusiasm for sales. Compared to foreign Christmas discounts of up to 70%, the maximum discount offered by online platforms is usually only 50%, a disparity that makes consumers more inclined to not make purchases. Not to mention, they often find that in-store prices are often better. Even JD.com's Real Bargain campaign offering 50% discounts on electronics and 1 yuan flash sales is seen by consumers as unnecessary for non-essential items and time-consuming. What's more, many positive shopping reviews online are actually generated through order brushing schemes. Recently, CCTV exposed a large-scale scheme employing over 200,000 brushers to generate positive reviews and sales for over 90,000 merchants, involving funds of up to 4 billion RMB. Faced with fake reviews and counterfeit goods, many consumers have started to distance themselves from Double 11 events. This year's Double 11 shopping festival was the worst for small and medium-sized merchants, with those ranked in the top 20% barely making a profit. Several merchants on Taobao and JD.com revealed that during Double 11, some only earned as little as 350 RMB, with the highest earning only 1,200 RMB, or $164. The main reason is that online traffic is dominated by large merchants and famous live streamers, forcing small and medium-sized merchants to invest their own funds in buying traffic to compete for visibility and customers.
On Double 11, TikTok really had no traffic. Why is that? 2 reasons. First, there are too many big live rooms on TikTok giving away lucky bags and benefits, drawing away a lot of traffic. They offer brand discounts, again drawing away lots of traffic. The second reason is that, aside from TikTok, other major e-commerce platforms are all vying for Double 11 sales. Their slogans are all about rock-bottom prices. This means that small and medium-sized merchants there also get no traffic. When there's no traffic, small merchants invest in traffic. But when every small merchant does this, it just makes the traffic more expensive. The more you invest in traffic, the less profitable your account becomes. If you don't invest, you don't get traffic. But if you do, you lose money. So this year's Double 11, no matter who it is, if you don't have strong financial backing to burn through cash, you're going to struggle.
Many people are saving 100% by not buying. A Bain & Company survey showed that 18% of respondents plan to buy everyday items like tissues, instant noodles, and pet food in bulk, enough for a year. A 35-year-old office worker in Beijing said the only item he bought during Double 11 was a winter jacket he needed. Higher-income consumers, like a 36-year-old woman from Zhejiang who used to buy Western luxury makeup brands, are also starting to cut back on spending. Another consumer shared, "Last year, I spent 250,000 RMB, over $34,000 on Pinduoduo. This year, I've spent only 80,000 RMB, about $10,000 so far. I haven't spent any money during Double 11. As a result, at midnight on November 12, 2023, Double 11 sales concluded with major e-commerce platforms like Tmall, JD.com, Pinduoduo, and Suning.com tacitly not disclosing transaction data, only revealing user scale and live stream data instead. However, according to estimates by regulatory authorities, Double 11 sales were dismal across the web, only 243.4 billion RMB, less than half of Tmall's 506 billion RMB last year, a far cry from the several hundred billion of any major platform 3 years ago. Consumers have been questioning the real value of Double 11 activities, with some even likening its current state to the struggling Chinese real estate market. Double 11 used to be a release of consumer shopping desires accumulated over 6 months, with people trusting discounts offered by Taobao and JD.com to buy enough daily necessities for half a year. However, the situation has changed. With the rise of new shopping channels like Pinduoduo and TikTok live streams, consumers can enjoy the lowest prices all year round without waiting for Double 11. Strategies of these new platforms, like offering free iPhone giveaways, seem more attractive, significantly reducing the appeal of Double 11. On social media, some netizens even sarcastically suggest that e-commerce platforms should be shut down after Double 11, blaming them for the economic downturn. Although extreme, this view reflects people's dissatisfaction with e-commerce giants and a rethinking of the entire shopping culture. This year's Double 11 took place against the backdrop of economic recession and unemployment waves in China. Many ordinary Chinese citizens have tighter wallets due to long-term pandemic impacts, lockdowns, reduced incomes, and rising prices. People have started to be more frugal, filling their shopping carts not with brand names or luxury goods, but with necessities and small items that bring temporary joy. There was hope that life would improve after lockdowns, but the reality was a sweeping wave of unemployment and dampening consumer sentiment. Statistics show that in the first 3 quarters, at least 60% of the population earned 3,000 RMB, $411 or less per month, indicating that most people are not financially well off. Worsening the situation is China's unreasonable consumption structure and wealth distribution problem. CCTV Finance's China Economic Life Survey revealed that the largest household expenses are housing and education-related costs, both exceeding 33%, far higher than the 10 to 20% in well-managed Nordic countries. The Consumer Financial Literacy Survey Analysis Report 2021, with data from 140,000 respondents, found that 56% had virtually zero savings, and 40% felt overburdened by debt with little consumption capacity. Data from China Merchants Bank illustrates the concentration of wealth in the hands of a few with limited consumption ability for the lower and middle classes. According to its 2022 annual report, the bank had 184 million ordinary deposit customers with an average asset of less than 66,000 RMB per person. However, about 4.14 million customers with assets over 500,000 RMB had an average financial asset of 2.38 million RMB in the bank. More notably, at the end of 2022, there were 134,800 customers with total assets of 10 million RMB or more, averaging 28 million RMB in financial assets at the bank. From these data, it is evident that the affluent and upper middle class customers, constituting only 2.25% of the total deposit accounts, control 81.4% of the financial assets. In other words, just 2% of the population owns 80% of the wealth among the entire customer base. China's lower and middle classes, despite having some savings, are reluctant to overspend due to uncertainty about the future. Even if the upper class's consumption is robust, it is still insufficient to significantly impact the overall economy. Conversely, their excessive investments have led to inflated GDP and overcapacity in China without increasing the common people's wealth. In the traditional industrial capital era, this could have led to an economic crisis. In the current financial capital era, the CCP solution is to print more money. However, most of this additional funding flows into the financial sector, leaving the real economy without adequate support, further enriching the wealthy. Thus, despite its vast population, China struggles to form a strong consumer market, mainly because most people lack money. China's economy, therefore, relies on foreign trade, but when faced with external blockades or trade restrictions, economic growth inevitably slows, capital flees, and the currency devalues. More seriously, all government stimulus measures seem ineffective in boosting domestic demand, as the government has failed to provide unemployment relief or promote employment. On November 7th, official economic indicators like the Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index, PMI, and Industrial Producer Price Index, PPI, showed China deep in deflation. The October PMI dropped from 50.2 in September to 49.5, below the 50-point mark, indicating economic contraction. 2 days later, the Bureau of Statistics announced October's PPI, down 2.6% year-over-year, with a month-on-month decline widening by 0.1%. The Consumer Price Index decreased by 0.2% year-over-year, marking a negative growth for the first time in 2 months since July. At the same time, youth unemployment reached a historic high of 21.3% in June, and authorities have since not dared to update monthly figures. Factory closures and retail bankruptcies have made the job search difficult. Not only are young people unemployed, but even government officials now face pay cuts and layoffs. Personal consumption is supported not only by wage income, but also by asset price increases in the stock market and real estate. However, as the real estate sector declines, people's willingness to consume decreases. With increasingly pessimistic expectations, retail sales in the first 9 months of 2023 grew only 6.8% year-on-year, below pre-pandemic 2019 levels, naturally leading to a decline in consumption. The middle class is particularly affected. Having enjoyed decent spending ability for the past decade, they are now the first group needing to cut expenses. They are now opting for more affordable products, reducing non-essential spending like gym memberships, eating out, and online shopping. Cutting back is becoming a theme of life. Manual cleaning over robot vacuums, home workouts over gym visits, cheaper noodles over pasta, and opting for less expensive items of similar quality. They're also turning to live streams for cheaper goods, switching from expensive imported skincare and makeup to domestic products. They skip their daily coffee and milk tea, as well as cinemas and malls. Instead, they sell old clothes, participate in small cashback activities, cook at home, and minimize social activities. Consumers who were once keen on various membership services like JD+, Tencent, and iQIYI have also canceled these additional expenses, frequently using platforms like Pinduoduo for more economical shopping. Some consumers are exploring alternative shopping channels. Some turn to duty-free shops, and offline activities gradually become their choice. Li, who uses offline coupons to buy daily necessities, said, "The supermarket has promotions every Tuesday, and many items are discounted." In the past, many chased the best prices through live streaming rooms, but now, with faster-paced lives, consumers prioritize time efficiency, reducing the attractiveness of live stream prices. One consumer mentioned that they haven't watched live streams for a long time due to being busy and lacking the desire to buy. Changes in Chinese people's income and expenditure expectations are happening. A shift in expectations is more frightening than not having money.